Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Testing. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Vencabot. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End action. My name is David, guys. Let's get into this shit. 17, for better or worse. So we just started a chapter where we have Elena on our team now, right? We lost Sam on our team. We've got Elena instead. That's cool. She's got a booty. Sam was all right. I kind of like Sam too. But Elena got a booty. Is Dix posting Dix? Guys, my friend Dicksucker in the chat before we started the stream, he found a really bizarre hack. Oh, the ad symbol does it too, son of a bitch. He found a really bizarre hack where, in the Twitch chat at least, if you precede or follow a capital letter with certain characters, those characters are raised by a couple pixels. I love that emoji, Eddie. That's so sick. Is that supposed to be somebody in particular? So it'll make hyphens, equal signs, and ad symbols raise up on either side of a capital letter.
Side of the island?
Yeah, New Devon. It's home to the founders of Libertalia.
So yeah, we're trying to find
Treasure's probably there.
this place, New Devon. We have to travel through the jungle, right?
Find it.
It's kind of nice they give us a little rundown. We got boobs on our team. I was kind of surprised at first that they kind of redesigned Elena's... Excuse me. Elena's visage so drastically, kind of like a few of the other characters got a pretty big update to their facial design. I think Elena got the most drastic change, but it's definitely grown on me. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Dix. Thank you, Peter Steves. Alright, guys. We've been playing this game in probably feels like more than a week. I feel like it's been at least a week since we played this game. And I have forgotten how to play it. That's cool. Once again, I'm surprised by the frame rate. The frame rate's immediately shocking to me. Can I die here?
Thing I didn't go over.
Hey, it's this way.
Kind of cool little dialogue there you get for wandering. I'm like,
the waterfall.
kill myself. I bet Sam's going to end up wanting the treasure so badly that he'll refuse to leave and die, huh?
Side of the island?
That's a pretty good guess, Brian. I like that.
It's home to the founders of Libertalia.
Thank you, J-Bob. The Gesundheit. I'd rather watch you play other shitty Flash games than Dix, huh? Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing Inversion yesterday. I was saying before the stream here that we, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys might not realize we played a game called Inversion, indie game, and this game is Time Slot, on account of me being pretty exhausted, not really having the energy to put a face cam on. I didn't want to play this game without a face cam.
I know, I was just,
so I booted up Inversion instead.
The waterfall.
And it was really cool. I'm thinking to myself about how maybe this game is not the best game to play when you're tired, because it is such a slow-paced game. Inversion was a very, gameplay-focused game. I've been meditating on that lately, as you guys know. I kind of rant about it once in a while about, gameplay focus and core gameplay. And whether the game is, is it focused on, what's actually going through my mind as a player at a low level when I'm playing a video game? And it's funny how, this game's got climbing and swinging and reloading and rolling and cover, all these things that are, stacked on each other. They make a very complex game. And yet, Eversion on a second-to-second level, even though it's a much simpler game, it is also a game that's much more engaging for me. Just because it is so, every second of the game you're playing, you're actually playing it. Where right now I feel like what? There's nothing. I'm just, at best, I'm supposed to just go down this long hallway. And again, my, compulsion as a gamer is to try and find secrets, so I'm also kind of wander around all the walls of the hallway in this case, looking for alternate routes and shit and little glowing treasure marks. But it's not, a lot of it is just very passive, very, very passive. Will you ever play BTD? What's BTD, Peter Steves? Hope this isn't too forward, but have you seen the Pirates Dinner Table? Have I seen the Pirates Dinner Table? I don't know what you mean by that, Eddie. Is that a movie or something? Would you consider throwing a random indie-type game on your Thursday slot? A well-designed primary gameplay loop beats auxiliary bullshit. Yeah, it's just... I find it interesting how a game like Eversion, which is literally just a very bare-bones Mario clone, essentially... outside of the puzzle mechanics?
From your shoreline friends.
Oh, that's what you got here.
You
Okay.
slid all the way down from there?
Yeah, it was the quickest way to get down to you. Now we just gotta...
She's dedicated, bro.
Way back up.
He's a dumbass for not respecting Elena. You gotta wipe her up immediately.
Boost me up this ladder?
Here.
Give me a hand with this. Balloons Tower Defense. Oh, BTD, Balloons. I actually watched the guys that Continue play that recently. You guys watch Continue? It's a really great show. We talking Uncharted Dark Souls, huh? It's another game that's very gameplay focused, right? I guess I find that interesting from a game design perspective. How some games are so, again, they're very passive. Like at a low level, when I'm playing it, my brain is like, like a CAT scan on me. It's just nothing most of the time. Where some other games, again, they could be outwardly much simpler, and yet I'm constantly engaged. I'm constantly doing things that are interesting, if only at a low level, right? Like in a game like Eversion, I'm really just running and jumping. But the fact that I have to, every jump has to be slightly calculated in some small way is more than this game, where I'm just doing fucking nothing. So it's kind of like, it's just kind of interesting to me. That dichotomy of simplicity and engagingness. Why is Knights a stream goal? So you don't need to put up exactly, Dix. Yes, to be honest, Dix, you have exactly why. You know me too well. I put up Christmas Nights as our goal because I couldn't think of any other better goal. To be honest, I would have played Christmas Nights either way. And if we don't hit that goal, I'm still going to play it. But that's just a way for me to, again, I use the goals mostly as a way to kind of telegraph what's coming up for the channel. Just because I really kind of found the idea of goals kind of silly. Then I think that, we've never really needed to have a goal in that respect. Like, I don't think the goals really motivate people to help out. I'm going to be right back, guys. I hear my grandma calling for me. Here. There's some dirty magazines in the racks. Let's go. Might be fun to look at them. But there's so many people around. You'd get in trouble if someone saw you. I'm scared. A lot of novels on the shelves, okay, but none that look interesting. Is there dirty ones back behind it? Nobody can see you, Mega Man. Nobody can see you, dude. Let's go. Right, I'm back, boys. I got very invested in the series, says Eddie, huh? Just because of the adventure element and set pieces. Yeah, so, I really don't know what your thoughts are on Uncharted 4, Eddie. I love Uncharted 3, unironically. Like, Uncharted 2 was a game I found interesting. I think it had a lot of promise. I think Uncharted 3 delivered on that promise that 2 had. But I would have liked to have seen them go further in that direction for me. But they didn't. They went to the opposite direction. This game, instead of going more for action, which 3 I think had in spades, that was my favorite thing about that game, was it had the most action. Instead, it really slowed it down as much as it possibly could and enhanced the platforming and stuff, which is cool. But this game is just really, they kind of they took Uncharted, 2 and 3 and said, how can we do the opposite, right? How can we do the opposite of what we did in those games and just slow the game down? So Dane said, we playing Tekken? Feel free to add me on PSN, huh? So Eddie's playing Tekken on PSN. You ever played Shining Force? I have not, Peter Steve, no. Not on stream or just for my own pleasure. I've never played Shining Force, which is weird because I love Sega and I love tactics games, tactics RPGs. But never actually, I have a collection, guys. I collected Shining Force games for some reason. Before I was a streamer, I was a game collector back when I was working full-time and had, more disposable income. And I have a pretty big collection of Shining Force games, but never played any of them. Yeah, our channel doesn't really have any mods, Jim. We have one mod outside of me, which is Overlord Steve. And he's never had to use his mod powers. Look, I can't get off this fucking tree. Look. I really can't. Isn't that an interesting contrast of animation and gameplay? Where normally he's doing this animation-wise. That would normally imply that there's, you have to kind of be careful how I balance on there, but it's actually the opposite. If I stand on this ledge, if I stand here, I can fall off. But on that platform where he's struggling to balance, he literally can't fall off at all. What's up, girl?
So, did Sully fill you in on the deal with this place?
Yep. Henry Avery, 400 million, 12 founders, hundreds of colonists. Something like that?
Yeah, close enough.
Covers it.
Had some time to kill on the flight over.
Okay. So, I'm lost, which is fine. Maybe if I weren't jabber-jawing so much, I wouldn't be so lost. Can't walk up edges in Sekiro either. I've been thinking about Sekiro, guys. I've been thinking about, other games to play, which is kind of silly considering that I'm already kind of backed up as it is. I've been looking at Sekiro. I'm thinking about Neo. So here's the thing, Dix. Tell me your thoughts. Dix is the resident expert here. Dick Zucker, in February, Neo 2 launches on PC. $50 for everything, the game and the DLC. Should we wait until then to play it on PC? Are you going to play it on PC, Dix, or is your PC not strong enough for that? Remember, you got a new one relatively recently. DLC comes out in December, and yes, Dix, yeah. So when it comes out in February, it's going to have all the DLC included right off the bat. Has anybody ever streamed themselves in a library since Peter Steve's? Probably. Yeah, my main reason for wanting to play on PS4, Dix, is so we play multiplayer together. That's my main incentive to stick on PS4. But I really am interested in the enhanced graphics and frame rate of the PC version. And for $50, I mean, maybe I shouldn't buy the season pass. You know, $20 season pass. I should just pay the $50 for the PC version. But then I have to make a new file as well. Play the whole game again. I mean, it's a great game. It's honestly a great game. Would that be a terrible thing? Neo Fight Club, dude. So that game does have PvP, right? I think it does. Sekiro is Tenchu Soul, so that's the best way to describe it. I actually haven't seen that much gameplay of it, of Sekiro, to be honest. I mean, what little I saw of it didn't really look like Tenchu that much. But I never played Tenchu past the first 2 games. This area is really big and open. That's cool. Okay, this game's platforming is so much better than the first 3 games. It's actually kind of startling how much better the platforming is in this game. Again, it really is a platformer in that respect. Just cool. That's not a bad thing. It's a great thing, in fact.
Yeah, that's a fair bet.
It's just a shame that my expectations have been warped by the previous games. I really want it to be more action, more shooting, more climbing and swinging and stealthing, all that other stuff that I enjoy more than the game's crappy platforming up to this point. But this game, again, I mentioned earlier, if this game had been this good with the jumping from the get-go, I would not have thought of it as a shooting game. Because this game isn't really a shooting game at all. It's really, it's at equal parts, at least, shooting and jumping. And the jumping is really not that bad. It's actually pretty fucking fun. Doesn't have PvP yet. I don't know if the Last to See is going to be adding it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm thinking of the Neo 1 PvP that me and J-Bomb did. Fightcade is better than PS4 30th, but seems still really not good as has input dropping, huh? Dane? I believe that the reports of Fightcade's input drops are much exaggerated. Not sure how much you're playing on Fightcade, but don't believe everything you hear. The inputs, I'm not saying they don't ever drop, but I do think that
just need to get up
it's
there.
not going to be a major issue for the vast majority of players.
Which way?
And of those it does affect, I think that it doesn't affect them all that much. Yeah, Feb isn't that far off. If the DLC comes out immediately, I don't see much wrong with waiting, huh? Just, for one thing, the pain of waiting, right? Because it's gonna... My plan is to play Neo right after this game. Right after Lost Legacy. So I might be a couple weeks in between where I'm gonna have nothing to play, relatively speaking. What's up, Romanoff? Thank you to follow, Romanoff. I don't see you followed last night or this morning or something like that. Nice to meet you. Have we met before? Are you here for Third Strike or Uncharted, or what's the deal, homeboy? Welcome aboard. That Neo 1 DLC sucked. I mean, PvP, okay. I saw a video of somebody who talked about the Ready Player One sequel book, which is a parody of Sword Art Online, legit plot for plot, huh? What's up, Katie? He's here for you, like all of us. Welcome aboard, Katie. How you doing, man? I was watching Katie's stream last night, guys. He finally beat Hades. Katie makes that game look amazing. Katie is that game's biggest shill that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. That game's got a lot of shills, but Damien makes the game look good. Katie was up all night playing Hades because he's hella tired. It might be exaggerated, but I really have some like sluggish-ass matches with people close to me. Still doesn't feel great, huh? See your problems with Alpha 2. Sluggish matches? How do you mean sluggish? Sluggish in what capacity?
Gotta be something.
Game speed animates slow. Celebrate the franchise 4-year anniversary with remastered editions of both games? Yes. I'd hope it's just be a free update for PC. Oh, you mean the Neo? I hope so too. It's for the first Neo, yeah. I hope so. I really feel like they're not really remasters, right? Like I think remasters are kind of overselling it. Like they haven't really explained what they're remastering aside from allowing you to go 4K, which again that's a setting you toggle on and off in the actual game engine. It's not something you actually have to program in separately. Same with the frame rate. You just have to unlock the frame. Unlock the frame rate. Like I said, you hope it'd be a free upgrade for the PC owners, at least. Okay, so here I am. They talk. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Elena. She jabber-jawed for me, but I kind of lost track where I'm going. Frame rate drops hella low. Yeah, so it sounds to me, when we say frame rate, do you mean that it's
Nate,
dropping frames, or do you mean the game's slowing down? If the game is slowing down and stuttering, that's a problem with somebody's PC performance, either you or your person you're playing against. They need to get a better PC, or turn off run ahead or something like that to lower the performance requirements.
All right. Be careful.
Yep.
Eddie brought up the Neo Collection. Both games are being brought over to PS5, yes, as well as on PC. Those features are being advertised for PC as well.
Sorry. Hey, do you think there's another way up?
I'm sure there is.
Hey, I see
POS 4 isn't getting much anymore, says Eddie. We're going to focus on 5. Well, I mean, the PS5 is backwards compatible, right? That's kind of cool. If one person has run ahead and another person doesn't, does that cause issues? Legendarily, no. I haven't tested it, but based on my experience as a dev myself, I would say no.
I can use.
But the problem is that when you have run ahead turned on, it does increase the requirements of the game drastically. Like it requires much more processing power to run the game at that point. And if one person has it on and they can't run the game at full speed, then if you're playing that same person online, it'll cause stuttering on your side. Right? If their machine's not strong enough to run at full speed, then you're going to have this weird issue where the game stutters on both sides. But if their machine is strong enough, it should have no effect on your machine at all. It should, on your performance of your match. That's really weird looking fog. Like, really weird. Like, it's kind of glitchy, to be honest. They actually pushed something down for me. I wasn't paying attention to what it was. Yeah, the thing with Run Ahead is, well, there's two problems with Run Ahead, really. One is that it makes the game look weird if you're really accustomed to seeing the game played at normal speed, because it causes, okay, here we go. Run Ahead causes frame drops. That's its whole function, it's cause frame drops. That's what it's for, it's cause frame drops. But those frame drops are meant to, they're meant to, where am I pulling this to and from? Oh yeah, you pull it up like this, yeah. The frame drops are meant to, what am I doing with this? Make your inputs faster. Make it more responsive. It's a fallen tree. Thank you, Elena.
Got it.
This is like streamer mode, where she just tells me what to do because I'm not paying attention. Fallen tree. Where's this fallen tree at? Does it have rollback without run ahead? Yes. Again, they're different things. Rollback is when you have network latency, and so the game will rewind to correct itself if it gets an input that it did not expect from the opponent. That's rollback. Run ahead is the opposite. It will roll back your own inputs. So with run ahead turned on, if you are standing neutral and you press jab, then it'll say, well, the game has, 4 frames of latency, input latency, right, at the USB level, the Windows level. But what we're going to do is we're going to chop off the very first 2 frames of your jab animation so that it comes out 2 frames faster. So it kind of offsets the game's inherent input latency by cutting off the startup of your animations. And that will cause frame drops on the opponent's side as well. So if let's say that I press jab with run ahead turned on by 2 frames, and my opponent walks, then my jab will skip 2 frames of animation, but so will their walk at the same time. So if you're sensitive to frames like that, some people don't even notice that sort of thing at that level of 1 or 2 frames being removed. But if you're sensitive to it, it makes the game look kind of choppy, but it makes it more responsive. Someone said plays a backwards compatible game on a new gen. Do they get match made with people on last gen? I assume so, Dix. Although Neo has cross-generation crossplay, so you're going to be able to play the remaster on PS5 with PS4 players. That's an advertised feature. So I actually need to figure out what she means by she said something about a tree that had fallen over. Does it look janky? Kind of what I explained just now, idea. I kind of explained how that's going to work, right? And it depends on what you mean by janky. It will cause frames to be dropped. And if that looks janky to you, then it's going to look janky. But there are those that won't even notice. Keep track of what I've played and with who, says Jacob. Oh, why is that? Sounds rough, says Circus Council. I don't think I care about Run Ahead, and I think I should try without it. Yeah, I don't play with it turned on. To me, I'm really sensitive to frame drops and stuff. And to me, it's already, you know, hard to deal with just a regular rollback. You know, rollback's kind of a necessary evil, I think. And seeing frames get dropped is very distracting to me. Ah, here we go. So I don't think I really want to... Oh, it's too high. Oh, there we go. Never mind. So I don't really want to fuck around with rollbacks. I mean, with run ahead. It would be nice to have the extra input responsiveness, I guess, but not to the point that I'd want to drop. I'll have to kind of jump up and then... There we go. Okay, I see. Kind of fun. It's a nice option, Zeddy, huh? If you can bear it. Might just bridge the gap in some cases. Yeah, to each their own. Again, I mean, if you're playing online, it's going to always be sub-ideal.
Hey, nice jump.
If you want to have a run ahead of 1, you might not even notice the dropped frames. Just 1 frame. And, you know, of course, I want to stress to you guys that a game like Third Strike as well is... It doesn't animate 60 frames, right? The game literally animates 60 frames. But only when you are... When a sprite is being repositioned. You guys understand that, right? So in Third Strike, the game's animations are typically somewhere between 30 FPS and 20 FPS. When I say the animation, I mean the actual punch coming out, right? It's got, you know, 1 new frame of animation, you know, every 32 milliseconds or so, not 16. So if you drop a frame, you might not even see that difference in any of your moves. You would never notice it. But in Third Strike, when you're moving through space, when a sprite is being moved, when a fireball's coming at you, that's in 60 frames. Things move in 60 frames, but they don't actually animate in 60 frames. So if you drop 1 or 2 frames, your moves might look exactly the same. That's why run ahead works for games like that. That's why rollback works so well. That's why rollback works better in a game like ST, because ST has even lower frame rate of animation.
Come on, I'll meet you around.
Yeah, Katie says it's not that great in practice. The idea is nice. Again, to those that want to use it, more power to them. But for me personally, I wouldn't fuck with it. Again, I have a hard enough time dealing with a couple frame drops here and there from the rollback, let alone having consistent frame drops for the run ahead. Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum. The boot camp, it's morphin' time. Nice little emoji there.
Everything's under control.
If you're a veteran 3S player, you're gonna notice that drops as Eddie, huh? That's true. But again, I want to stress that net play is gonna always be sub-ideal. Right? So kind of like a pick your poison kind of thing. Kind of like, you know, how I argue when I played Flightcade, I always bitch about rollback. I think that some people act like rollback is like a magic bullet. It's gonna make every game like, you know, magically, you know, offline quality of play. Rollback has a lot of shortcomings that, you know, you're gonna have to be frustrated by as an offline centric sort of a player.
Well, maybe the elevator still works.
But it's a necessary evil, so what you gotta do to make it halfway work online. That being said, if you're really frustrated by the... If you're really pissed off by the lack of input latency on PC, or the lack of input responsiveness, then you might want to try run ahead. It might work for you. The do-rag. People don't wear do-rags anymore at boot camp? That seems crazy to me. We need to banish delay-based netcode, says Eddie. Huh? Well, yes. Here's another thing I want to stress, guys. Something I think that not a lot of people understand that aren't really like technically into, you know, the ins and outs of netplay, is that rollback netcode has all the advantages of delay-based netcode. It's just that delay-based is just lazier to develop. It's much easier to develop, while being, you know, having no features an advantage over a rollback. So in rollback netcode, when you engineer, or when you set your smoothing setting in Fightcade, sometimes called, well, usually called smoothing. Some will call it like compensation. All you're doing is setting a delay, which is the same as, it works the same as delay-based netcode.
Explore menswear.
The fact that this works.
So the rollback's kind of like delay-based netcode plus. It's like delay plus. It's like delay-based, but you can actually have less delay because you can also set a rollback. You can let the game roll back. You don't need as much delay. And it makes it feel like not online, says Dane. Yeah, it's a little better at that. Thank you for subbing, Dane. Well, thank you for the. Oh, it's J-Bomb. Thank you for the gift sub, J-Bomb. It might not be a magic bullet, but could be the bullet blender, says Bootcamp. Huh? Shout out to the bullet blender. Rollback has a music sheet of your inputs and when you've pressed them. From what I understand, rollback has a music sheet of your inputs and when you've pressed them. Yeah, I think what Eddie's getting at is that, again, that's part of why it's harder to implement for developers than just delay-based netcode. Whee. Your game has to be engineered to work with rollback, and delay-based is not so much. It's much more easy to synchronize things. But the downside is that you have to just delay everybody's inputs by a certain amount, so it doesn't stammer. The fucking, what's it called, Vencabot doubt. Shout out to fucking Big Nasty. You guys know it was Big Nasty's birthday, right? Caesar just had his birthday the other day.
I highly
A couple days
doubt
ago.
it. I highly doubt it, dude. I highly doubt it, dude.
Yeah, fun little mechanic. Just make all games turn-based. It's been attempted a few times to make a turn-based fighting game. When I was a VF player, I really... Oh, that's funny looking. When I played VF, I really thought that... can I drop onto this thing? I can. But why? I really thought that you could make a turn-based fighting game, because VF, Virtua Fighter, is a very turn-based fighting game. Like, in its nature, is very turn-based. But playing Street Fighter, I see now why that wouldn't really work. Yeah, it's fun. Happy birthday, large, disgusting. Feels birthday, man. Oh, I hear bad guys. That's what I like. I love hearing bad guys in this game. Wish I heard them more often.
Crap.
Oh shit. I think she's got my back there.
Holy shit.
Thanks, Elena.
Nice moves, hon.
Nothing to it.
Hun, nothing, bro. You lied to your wife. You're lucky you don't get fucking divorced immediately. Rock, paper, scissors, and throw in a health bar, says Dix, huh? Actually, that'd be pretty fun. Can you imagine? That'd be sick. Especially if, like, certain moves did more or less damage. Like, what if Rock did extra damage? That'd be sick. Let's design the game right now, guys. Isn't Pokemon a turn-based fighting game? Well, it's a turn-based RPG. I wouldn't call it a fighting game. Off the top rope. He just kind of came out of nowhere and got his ass. It's weirdly turn-based, says Dane. Yeah, as a VF player, it's my first fighting game I ever played seriously. I can't say that it's weirdly. I find 3S to be weirdly non-turn-based sometimes. Coming from a VF background. That code also felt fine in VF PS3. It did, Dane, until you played the game offline. I think it felt fine to a lot of guys because they never played it offline. There was no audience to play it offline with.
Right. Good idea.
I loved VF Netplay until I played it offline. I was like, oh shit, this thing has like 10 frames of delay. The reason it was so smooth, it had a ton of delay. But it's slightly turn-based, Katie, a little bit, but not nowhere near as much as VF, right? Because in Third Strike, the most plus you ever are is like, you know, very little. I feel like compared to Virtua Fighter. In VF, you're technically around the same amount of plus or minus as you are in Third Strike, except that in VF there's a huge input buffer. It's like a 10-frame input buffer, Katie. So you can press a button 10 frames into your last attack's recovery. So in VF, you will always input your next move with frame perfection. It has built-in frame perfect inputs, which means that because VF has no like walking, there's no neutral in Virtua, there's no like footsies. It just means that it's very turn-based. You just kind of press this, and then you kind of, you know, it's like a flow. There's a flow to it that's you kind of have to respect. Where in Third Strike, so much of it is based on footsies and neutral, and there's no input buffer for your normals. It just means that there's much more like spatially happening than there is turn-based happening. But you're right, Katie. Yes, of course, there is an element of turns in Third Strike, and it does get stolen. Kind of like you steal in VF. There's parries in VF, and there's crushes in VF to steal turns. But
getting some
yeah, really, Virtua Fighter is
exercise,
way more
right?
turn-based than Street Fighter in general, just because of its huge input buffer and the fact that there's not a lot of footsies. With moves like counter reversal, type, and speed, frame advantage is J-Bomb. Yeah, there's much more going on in a fighting game on a moment-to-moment basis than there is in an RPG in terms of like what moves you're choosing to use and when. Yeah, just because there's literally combat happening in your game doesn't make it like a fighting game per se. I never tried to understand the high-level VF, but it looks wild as Eddie. Well, the reason it looks wild, again, because it's turn-based. Everything's frame perfect by default. That's kind of why it looks the way it does, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun idea. Like, it's kind of like a TAS. You get to play as a TAS in VF because you have a 10-frame input buffer, so you can always input everything frame perfectly. Dark Souls is a fighting game, says Dix. That's kind of like a big meme. People say that because it's got a lot of nooch. Dark Souls is a very neutral-centric sort of character action game, much more watching and spacing and footsies. And it does kind of feel like a fighting game in that respect. Smash the fighting game, Zeddy. As someone that watches my friends play Smash every week obsessively, they play it for years every weekend. I find it kind of ironic when people say that Smash isn't a fighting game. It's so much a fighting game. It's literally just Street Fighter with, you know, analog movement. But Crash Bandicoot is a Dark Souls game, says J-Bomb. That's what I've heard that too. I haven't played that remaster, especially. The remaster was supposedly like incredibly ball-bustingly difficult. I think that Smash and Third Strike have a lot in common.
Look, shoreline.
You found your car.
Technically.
Yay, shooting guys.
So?
It's a damn shame that Switch doesn't have an Ethernet port, huh? Big oof. Well, you can just buy a USB Ethernet port. It's not that expensive. Nor is it hard to attach or hard to use. Oh, I got some guys here finally to kill. I have to start tagging folks, huh? Finally. Yeah, but Ethernet randos aren't going to buy an adapter. You're right, Dix. Yeah, definitely right. But they wouldn't have used a cable anyway, to be honest. I think the Smash not being a fighting game makes sense, says J-Bomb. You would think that, J-Bomb, and that's why people say that. Because they're not that experienced with fighting games. Or Smash, one or the other. They're either a Smash player that doesn't know fighting games, or they're a fighting game player that doesn't know Smash. I think you're right. My point is, you're right, Jim. It does make sense. It makes sense in a sense, right? It makes sense partially. But the more you look at the games, the more I think it becomes clear that it's a fighting game. There are Chinese Chromecast ripoffs with Ethernet ports, says Eddie, huh? Well, yeah. So Switch to playing on Chromecast, says Dix. Did you read me wrong? So you're reading me wrong, says J-Bomb. By all means, elaborate, J-Bomb. I'd like to see a Smash tournament with all the items on, says J-Bomb. I wouldn't. But to each their own. You have to cripple Smash to make it a fighting game, says J-Bomb. You have to remove features from Smash that are annoying. And cripple is subjective, right? You have to remove features for sure. But I think many would argue that those features that you're removing are ass. Thankfully, the game has a built-in toggle for them as well, just for that very demographic. Because there are many people that feel that way. Smash the fighting games, says Eddie. Yeah? Nintendo just didn't get the memo. And even then, it's not as though you can't turn off those features. There's a reason why the whole screen to turn all the items off. Because there are players that enjoy them, and there are those that don't. And, it caters to both audiences that way, which I think is great. It caters to both a more casual audience and people that want to demand, more of a tactical experience. There's a guy with a sniper rifle over there somewhere. Now, am I going to slip in that water? I think I am. I can probably crawl in it. Ooh, kind of slidey, very fun. I'm a huge Smash player, sir. But are you a good Smash player? Could I beat you in Smash as someone who's never even played Smash before? But I see a lot of Fox, a lot of Captain Falcons, says J-Bomb. A lot of G-Dorf online, especially. Tiers exist, that is true. How do you feel about stealth? I think it's okay, Eddie. I'm glad it's here, more or less. I think that they probably could have thought it through a little bit more in terms of making it a little more fast-paced. I think that stealth in general is kind of like a slow-paced gameplay style at its best. I think that it doesn't really always fit Uncharted's pace, but I think it can. I want to find more grass. Oh shit. Ouch. I'm dead. I'm just gonna kill myself so I can talk to you guys.
No!
Smash the fighting games, says Peter Steves, because you check your remote at the TV when you lose too much. That's the barometer for fighting gameness. I'm giving you a hard time, David. Let me read your message here. Have you seen me play any fighter other than 3DS, says J-Bomb? No, I haven't. I have not. But from the way you play 3DS, I surmise that that I could beat you at any fighting game, even if I've never played before in my life. And you've been playing it for, you know, much longer. I played Smash 15 years, but you're going to judge based off 1 year of my 3S career. Only because the way you play Third Strike, J-Bomb, implies that you don't have a strong understanding of, you know, neutral or you know, the decision-making that goes on behind the scenes, like under the hood of a fighting game. That's why, because all these games share fundamentals. They all share fundamentals. They all share the same underlying rules. And from watching you play Third Strike, I kind of feel like you're not at that level. But I could be very surprised by watching you play Smash. There's a Smash 64 hack where you play as a majority of Smash characters from future games, huh? Really? So you can play Smash 64 but with the roster of, like, Ultimate? That sounds disgusting. So my plan didn't really work there, to climb up there and hide behind that. There's too many guys watching me. Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me. Why do you want to do that? Because it's cool, dicks? Because low poly is cool? It sounds good, Venka. You're just making an ugly version of Ultimate at that point. Well, yeah, it's just a fun little idea for fans to play with, I guess. So I was kind of safe. Look at the guy over there. I was safe right there, but where am I gonna... How am I gonna get over to where they're at? Swing? I feel like maybe I can't really stealth through this problem. That's kind of the look they're giving me right here. Did you play Smash Ultimate, J-Bomb? We can run it, dude. We can run the set in Smash Ultimate. I don't play Smash Ultimate, but I feel like I might still be able to beat you in Smash Ultimate. Let's do it, J-Bomb. Let's do it. Who's your main, bro? Bowser, Wario, Ganon, Lucas, Dr. Mario, Dark Samsh, Falcon, Ness, Captain Falcon, Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Link, all in 64. Well, who of that roster is not in 64? Bowser, Wario, Ganon, Lucas, Dr. Mario, Dark Samus, excuse me. Falcon, that's already in it. Oh no, I'm sorry, Falco. Falco's not in that one. Captain Falcon, Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Kirby, Link. So they added in Falco, Dark Samsh, Lucas, Dr. Mario, Ganon, Wario, and Bowser. Good old Dark Samsh. So can I climb this and jump over to there? It's kind of a long jump. But there's grass over there. But people are looking. People are straight peeping.
What was that?
You didn't see nothing, boy. You saw nothing.
All right then.
There's grass right there. Come into my grass, bro. Like I was just like, oh well, my friend got dragged in the grass by some stranger at school. Dix, you like PlayStation All-Stars? I never played it. I watched some gameplay of it. It didn't look that appealing to me. Doesn't mean it wasn't good though. It had potential, says Eddie, huh? But there wasn't much support for it, huh? Good night, J-Bomb. Played as a party game, but yeah, huh? Yeah, from watching it, it seemed like the way you had to kill people with only a certain kind of move was kind of annoying. It's a pretty wild guess. I'd put up there with Shrek Super Slam as a party game. That game is unironically considered to be a really great party game. Who's that with the laser? Somebody up there. Oh no.
They spotted us.
You ain't kidding, lady. This is not a good look. Ouch, 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 ouch. Who's hitting me? Ouch, I wasn't even in cover. God damn! I want to retreat. Oh, I don't want to retreat that far. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, this is bad. I want to be up here. Drop off the ledge, please. Nate. Oh, there we go. Whew. I think that Elena's fighting his ass. She is. She's bodying him. Let's go, Elena. With your invincible ass. I respect that. Let me pause the game here. Ice Climber, Zelda 2, and Link, all those in the 64 hack as well, says Peter Steves. Aren't you glad you can see the laser on the sniper? Yes, it is very convenient, I see. It's another one of those video game contrivances. No, they spotted you. Well, in her defense, she's invisible. I'm not. Super Smash Bros. 64 remixes the hack with more characters and edited movesets, and game fixes, huh? They had some stages from future games. So, can you play as Samus in that game, Peter Steves? The way you made it sound, I thought maybe only Dark Samus like replace her, because there's a memory issue, of course, right? There's a memory issue. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna die. Ow. So they fuck you up for trying to camp this game. Oh no! Hit the wrong button. I hate that happens. In my mind, O is the button to climb up sometimes because it's his roll button. I want to climb up on the ledge like roll. He saw me kill somebody, he didn't know who did it. What's up, Yig? Rest in peace. I've died so many times just from hitting the O button when I want to press the X button, Yig. You'll be surprised. Everything's fine, bro. What are you so nervous about? I saw my friends just get killed. Did you, though? I'm sure he's fine. You need to learn to relax. Take a deep breath. Damn, this game is pretty. Did anybody else ever hear that screaming? No? Okay, okay. As long as we're all satisfied that everyone here is safe and happy. So they know I'm here now, because they saw one of their friends get killed. They're like on a different level of alert. Well, that was funny. I punched his ass, but didn't actually yank him down. I could pounce his ass, but I'd be in plain sight. But there's not a lot of guys looking this way. Oh, the pounce, huh? This is Uncharted 4, not really the new one per se. There's one newer than this still, called Lost Legacy. I want to pounce him so bad, though, even though I know I shouldn't. Ooh, the pounce! That's so much fun, dude. Guys, I want to reiterate this thought that I had the other day, which is this. This game's stealth is better than Batman's stealth, Juna.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, fucking hell! Oh, God almighty! Jeez!
It's too close.
Oh, that's too close. I'm gonna die. Wish I could see shit. Elena, hold him still. Let's go, girl. I'm trying to pounce them all. If I could, you know I would. Trust me. But you're right. I can't just pounce everybody. I can do this, though. I have to climb up here. Oh, no! Fuck. I want to swing so bad. Damn it. Alright, well, we're back in the nooch. So where did it spawn me and when? Looks like I took that guy out just now, huh? Well, I keep missing the chat here. That's an amazing feat of strength to be able to knock a guy out cold with one punch. Nice, Elena, thank you. Well, hanging from a ledge. Yeah, just punch him in the leg. I punched him in the leg in his shin. He's like, ow! That's my shin, bitch! Fuck! The guy just rolled off the side from the current. Kind of a fun little feature. This game still is better than Batman, and I'll tell you why. Because it solves the problem that Batman's always had, which is the gargoyle problem. Right? The gargoyle problem. There's no gargoyles here. You have all the sweet contextual takedowns Batman has, but you don't have a glide or a gargoyle or a grappling hook, and it just makes it feel much more tense and interesting than Batman. Of course, again, Batman's more of a power fantasy. You're meant to be able to take them all out, you know, as a predator. It's predator mode after all. Not supposed to be as careful as I have to be here, but to me, this is more interesting. There's skins too, sick, kind of like different alternate costumes, which Smash didn't really have. It had different colors, but not different like actual models. So I've taken off quite a few guys here. There's not a lot of guys left that I have marked anyway. Yeah, polygonal, yeah, like different models. I can start trying to shoot now. This is not going to find a good spot to shoot from. The issue is that there's a lot of guys, you know, that I still haven't noticed yet. I'd like to mark a few more guys before I start doing that. Let me run up here real quick. No, Nate, you need to not climb that. No, Nate, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Nate, what are you doing? Oh my god. I hate that so much in games like this. Games like, I always use the example of what's that game called? Infamous, where you just kind of cling to things automatically. Oh, there's somebody over there. Damn. Yeah, I wanted him to just climb the ledge and climb up onto it, but he wanted to cling to everything else around it, so I couldn't go where I wanted to go there. The camera can mess you up, says Random. Is that what it was? The fact that I have to look at where I'm climbing or something? Yeah, I was trying to press X to get him to climb the ledge, but there was another ledge to my left. He wanted to turn around and grab that ledge instead. Then I pressed O to get a roll. I wanted to roll into cover, but instead he took cover right beside him. It's the same button. It's obnoxious. I'm scared of this movie being made, says I see why.
No way I imagined that.
Why do you care? That was amazing. I have a theory that you need to move more in this game than I've been moving. If you want to like actually like run and gun, I think it might actually be better for you than what I do typically. Oh shit, he's still alive. Oh, this guy's got armor. That's a shame. It's a crying shame. Keep it centered, says Romanov. That way I can navigate where I want to go. Yeah, I think that you might succeed more if you run and gun in this franchise and just try to, like, stand still and shoot or take cover and shoot. The climbing in that game is pretty infamous, as dicks. Yeah, I had issues in that game, in the demo of the first game, I should say. I had problems with, oh, shit. I was thinking that same thing, Elena. I had issues with making him, like, not grab things. I have this image in my head of Infamous, where you're walking down, like, I was in a park, a Central Park, right? And I was walking with my guy, and he'd constantly be, like, he would, like, leap onto, like a lamppost. I'm like, dude, just fucking walk. I tried to jump onto the ground. He would magnet toward, like, a bench and, like, balance on it. I was like, dude, seriously, just walk the path in the park. But he just kept, like, you know, automatically clinging to everything. That had more ways of traversal as dicks, huh? Yeah, so I use that as an example for a lot of games that have this sort of thing where you want him to just do a thing, but instead he kind of like magnetizes toward other things. Kind of happened to me, kind of got me killed there a little bit earlier. It was right here, right? I wanted to climb up to that ledge, and instead he just kept jumping to other ledges. Like, dude, seriously, just go the way that I want you to go. Where can I add the trailer of Remix in Discord? Wherever you want, Boosties. But maybe a video game discussion would be a good spot for it. Yeah, I see. My thing about this movie with Tom Holland is, like, why do people care so much? I guess I don't really love the franchise that way, so maybe that's why I feel that way. You know, it's going to be good or it's going to be bad, but it's Uncharted, for God's sake. It's not exactly fucking, you know, some kind of movie legend or some kind of a legendary game franchise. I don't know. I want to grab his grenades, Brian, but I haven't had the shot. I feel like whenever I run past, I'm always under pressure from guys seeing me to get past. I want to grab his grenades so bad, Brian, but I can't reach them. I have to be out of cover to reach them. And whenever I try it, I feel like I'm scared of getting seen. Like, for the past 3 deaths I've done, I've wanted to grab those, and I always was like, fuck, run! I want to get into that building. That'd be a good spot for me to set up camp. The dude legit made a mock invitation scene for each character in the trailer. Huh? That's really sick. It's not like they did put a lot of work into it. Must be quite a community. Yeah, I'd like to get into that building. I gotta be sneaky. There's not a lot of grass around here. No, this is what happened to me last time. It's okay, I can hide here. A little bit higher up, I can see more guys this time. Well, you're just ripping off other N64 games with those characters and fixing a few text and such. Okay, I see. Like how she's totally invisible. He's taking advantage of it. They only did it for Bowser and Mario. Okay, not for all the characters, just for a couple. I can hop, skip, and jump to where I want to go now, kind of. So I have this rifle still. It's pretty good. This is a relatively good spot. But again, this game's shooting. I'm having a hard mode, and God, is it hard. Like, enemies really are aggressive as hell. They shoot the fuck out of you. They do a lot of damage. They surround you very quickly. And there's a lot of them. Yeah, nobody else can see her. Maybe she's imaginary, like in... like that one movie, The Sixth Sense, right? Maybe she's a ghost.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah, he must be here.
Oh no. Fuck.
Watch out!
Wrong button. Oh no, Nate. Okay. Wrong button again. I'm using the last game's buttons. Oh. Yeah, I want to use L1 to throw grenades so bad, but it's R1 in this game. Thanks, Elena.
Okay.
Oof. Fun.
Sure,
It's
their reputation. Let's go before
it's
more of them show up.
hard as hell, but I'm glad it's not too much easier. I could stand it to be a little bit easier though, for my skill level. I'm pretty ass with third-person shooters in general, or any kind of shooting game. I'm not that good with a stick. Okay. Easy game, Eddie. She can't use her as a... Dix, she's a really good distraction, though. She actually does draw fire once we're in, like, a firefight. She'll actually stealth take down guys as well. She's pretty good. In most games, I say it's kind of overpowered, but in this game's kind of hard on hard mode. I feel like it's kind of... And there's, like, 30 enemies per map, so it's kind of cool that she can take a few out on her own. It kind of works. Better than you might think. But send her in some bushes and tell her to make some noise or something, huh? That actually would be a kind of cool feature, Dix. Glad you're doing it, Peter. Have you been playing it online or what? Have you been playing it just solo? Been playing it at all? Sounds like you're really hyped for it, but you haven't really mentioned like if you've been really getting into it in terms of playing it. So I can drive this around if I wanted to. There's no winch? That's fucking bullshit. That's actually ass. It'd be cool if I could send her like to distract enemies, like literally like go over there and make a noise. But I also kind of feel like the stealth's pretty good as it is. I don't really need that much more from it, personally. So I need more grenades. They did some work there. The YouTube channel has videos with mock invitation scenes for other characters too. Okay. So not just Mario and Bowser then. What's up, Goss? Welcome aboard. What's on your mind today, homeboy? What are you thinking about? I'm thinking about this game. I'm glad there's some shooting today. Looking for treasure indeed, Eddie, yes. I'm kind of wandering around, getting a sense for the map. So in this game, a lot of the maps are very confusing. It's an issue that I have with it, but not really. It's almost like it's a problem I have, but it's not a big problem. In fact, if you put me on the spot and ask me if I want the maps to be smaller or more comprehensible, I'm not sure I would say that I want that. This game's maps are very dimensional. They've got a lot of verticality, a lot of different tiers, and that's great for like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's not what I want. I got kind of like, I got infamous there. That's great, but it does make it kind of hard to get around sometimes and know where you're at. But I think that if you played like a repeat playthrough, for instance, you'd be able to use that competence to great effect. I think that, you know, there's a benefit to learning the map layout, which I think is suitable. Right? That's what you want in a game like this. You want to have a map where you feel rewarded for knowing the layout. And yeah, it's kind of, again, they're kind of hard to get your head around sometimes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Chris, this game's overrated. I wouldn't know. I'm not really part of the Uncharted community, if there is such a thing. I really have no idea what people think about this game, to be honest. I've heard people say that they think it's like the second best or maybe even the best in the franchise. I don't understand that personally, although I do feel like this game has the best gameplay by a small margin over 3, having played them all, you know, back to back in the last couple weeks. This game's gameplay is a little bit more evolved than 3's, and I'd say it's mostly a good thing. But I think my problem with this game is really mostly just the pace. Welcome aboard, Chris. Very easy to get lost from off. Yeah, they're very confusing layouts. But again, that's by design. You know, it's like an arena, right? It's an arena. It's supposed to have lots of little hiding places and places where you can take cover. Like, I think that's ultimately to its benefit, right? Because this game is a cover-based shooter, and it has this cool stealth and climbing element, right? I think that makes sense to have the environments be very complex, so you can run and gun and hide and jump over things and, you know, and do all kinds of fun and climb and swing, right? You want to have the environment be kind of complex that way. It's just a shame that it does have these moments for me where I'm like, where the fuck am I? But again, I think if you play the game, let's say through a second playthrough or third playthrough, you could hang for the maps and it'd be really, really cool that way. Again, I think I'd rather it be this way than have them be too simple. Second is good, 3 is okay, 4 is okay, and 1 is amazing, huh? They all have their pros and cons. Chris, I can hardly tell if you're trolling me or not. Welcome aboard. Yeah, 1 is fucking ass, I think by any measure. I've never heard anyone say that 1 is good. Most say that 2 is the best. I don't really understand that personally. To me, I think that 3 is obviously better than 2, but there are those that say that 3 is kind of whack. I don't really get it personally. This game, I think it may have the best gameplay. I think someone might have the best gameplay overall in terms of like the actual combat and stealthing and climbing especially, but it is so slow. I think it wants me to winch here after all. The game itself is so slow. That's my big problem with it. 1 age like meets it, you know? That's its biggest flaw. I really don't know. I'm really critical of 1.
Upriver.
I really
There's no
have trouble
falls.
accepting that it's like a problem with it having aged. I really feel like it's just a terrible. I can't imagine it could have been any better in its time. Oh, I can't. I should listen to what she said there. I probably have to winch something, but I'm not sure what to winch. Maybe this thing. Yeah, that's how I feel, Brian. I really feel like I just can't accept that 1 was ever for what it was. It had cool cutscenes and everything. I think for its time, it blew a lot of minds with its cinematic storytelling compared to other Western games. That's cool and everything. But the gameplay was pretty shallow at best. Shallow, like really, really shallow at best. Like competent at best. Like barely competent. The main reason the series is as big as it is because of 4. I'm not sure that's true, Romanoff. I'm not sure how old you are. You sound kind of like a young guy to me, Romanoff. People maybe in your era, 4 was the big game. But I remember when 1 came out, and 1 was a huge smash hit, and so was 2. In fact, by the time 4 came out, I was already an old man. And I never even heard people talk about 4 at all. By that point, I was already kind of over, like, game hype. So when 4 kind of came out kind of under the radar for me. But 1 and 2 were fucking huge. Yeah, I should have been paying attention. What the hell do you want to do, Elena? Let's have a look around here. Chris likes the story of 2 the most, huh? I have to kind of go with Eddie and Romanoff and argue that for me, the most competent story so far was like 1. It was very simple, but at least it worked. 2 and 3 didn't really work for me at all. And I think 4 has the best writing so far. I'm not sure about the story overall. I'm the most invested in this game's story of all of them, which is cool. Most say 4 is best with the best narrative, said Romanoff, huh? Well, from what I've seen in my chat, Romanoff, people coming by and saying hi to me as a streamer, it seems like the consensus is that 2 is the best. People seem to like 2, and then some like 4 the most, but it seems like most people like 2 the most. I like 3 the most. although the story was probably the most whack of all of them, it did have a little bit of darker tone to the way the story was told. I thought it was kind of nice compared to 1 and 2. But mostly, the 3 just had the best pace for me. It had the most action, the most running and gunning, and I feel like it had the best balance of gameplay and wandering, meandering. This game is so much more meandering than Uncharted 3, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to... Where am I going exactly, Elena? I'm going to go up there? I'm going to blow that up with a grenade or something? Or... This is not even, like, slippy. You won't even climb it. It's an invisible wall, but it is. So I feel like I'm not supposed to go that way. I'm going to take this car and go somewhere else with it. I'm going to go over the cliff with it. There's a waterfall. I'm going to be climbing the sledge. Oh, we'll go up there, maybe. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Okay. Some only say 2 glitch fast-paced. Yeah, to me, I like 3 glitch fast-paced. I think 2 was a little bit slower-paced than 3. This game's cool. I like this game a lot more if it was just tighter. I wish there was less of this, what I'm doing right now. Let me climb up there, maybe, with the car. That's what I think. Sure. Well, let's try. I'll just drive in the water. Maybe it just won't get caught up in the water like I do as a small, little, dinky human being. 1 could have been done with some fine-tuning. 1 just could have done with some fine-tuning. I love you, Eddie. I think 1 needed a lot more than some fine-tuning. Like, a lot more. In fact, I really think that, I think that 2 was a great answer to 1. I think that 2 was exactly what 1 needed. I think that if you compare 1 and 2, in terms of their gameplay, it's pretty obvious that it should have always been what 2 had, right? I think 1 is this idea. 1 was like, let's make a cover-based shooter with platforming. And it was ass. It was super ass. But 2 didn't really improve the shooting or the climbing that much. Very small improvement over 1. Except the big difference for 2 was that they found a way to combine the climbing and the shooting. They said, why don't you climb while shooting, and vice versa. Oops. And that's kind of where I feel like they kind of hit the jackpot. That's where this franchise, again, it should have been that way since 1. That should have been the idea. That's weird to me, because we've established earlier that the vehicles do slide in the mud. So I don't really understand why that worked as well as it did. Texas, all cover-based shooters are ass, huh? Gotta check out Neo in the future. Is it any good, says Romanov? Neo 2 is good. I wouldn't recommend Neo 1, though. Neo 1 was booty to me. Mario 2 was a remake of a game, says Peter. That's true. Most cover shooters are asses, Eddie. Yeah, they need to hook. They need a hook. Yeah, I think this game really found its hook. I really am impressed with this game's or this franchise's ambition of let's have a cover shooter, except have it be dimensional. Right? I love the idea of climbing and climbing X gameplay, right? Climbing cross gameplay, like whether you're shooting in this game or stealthing. Again, for me, as a stealth genre enthusiast, I am fascinated by this game's combination of platforming and stealth. I've never played a game, like Metal Gear Solid or even Batman, that had this level of climbing while you're stealthing guys. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to look at a tower with all these different little windows and tiers and balconies and think, how can I get that guy right there? Well, I have to climb on that and jump across there and swing on this and then grab that ledge and grab his foot and yank him off the cliff. Maybe he'll grab my foot on the way down. I have to mash triangle to get him off me. It's super, super sick. It's really fun to kind of, shimmy. I kind of feel like ever since Metal Gear Solid 2, which had this ambition of like hanging off a ledge. I remember that in Metal Gear Solid 2. That was like their big thing. Been in all the trailers. Right, can hang off ledges. We've never actually seen that ever work all that well. Up to this point, I'd say the best ledge hanging in any stealth game was like Batman. This game has by far the best ledge hanging of any stealth game. It's really fun to hang off ledges and climb things and grab people by the ankle and pull up at the right, kind of climb up at the right time and kind of clamber into cover. It's super, super sick. I wish there's more of it. And this is the part of the game where I'm kind of like, where I fall asleep. They're like, hey, now there's a big open area to drive through. Cool, right? I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool if there was guys that I could kill. The hook is pretty fun, especially since you can use it in combat. Most games with it, you can't, says Romanoff. How do you mean, Romanoff? I haven't figured that out yet. I do like how you can swing and like jump off of swing and then like pounce a guy or shoot while you're swinging, but it seems kind of clunky, like kind of hard. Maybe if I was godlike of the game, it'd be more reasonable. But I kind of have my reservations about, let's say, calling it like a really effective tool in combat.
Wow, check out that elevator.
No, we're watching horror movies, Peter Steve. This is Death December. We're watching horror movies this month.
Massive.
Yeah, I'm
At least
guessing
one,
New
at least a
Devon's
few.
at the top.
Then let's get up there.
Because it's not Sekiro, it's Sucky No.
So here's my question. Why does Rafe Adler want Avery's treasure? It's not like he needs the money.
He wants the glory. Doesn't want to be known
Does he
as
want
a
the
guy who
glory,
only
Nate?
got rich because
Or is
of
it
his
fucking
inheritance.
zombies again?
Walking away isn't an option for him.
Don't you understand, Nate, that all these games end with zombies?
Well, Rafe
Or
is a
orcs,
good match
or
for
Diddy goats?
Shoreline. He needs their muscle and they need his money.
You can use a grappling
They
hook to
do?
swing and do a Superman punch.
You
Yeah,
seem pretty
exactly.
well
like a
stocked.
pounce.
Shoreline got involved in a couple of civil wars that didn't pan out for them. Nadine inherited her father's mess. She's probably hoping that this will put her back on the map.
Nadine is fucking bae, dude. I want to play as her. Yeah, looks like we have a very wide open area here with nothing. I guys know my theory, like my round table theory. If they'd had me on the staff for this game, and I was playing it as a tester or whatever. Dude cannon. Right? You guys know what a t-shirt cannon is, right? This game just needed a dude cannon. This part right here, like why? This part, as boring as it is already for me, could be so much enhanced in such a simple way. Trap some guys in here. Trap a couple guys in there. That's all you gotta take. Oh shit, there's a guy over there. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I use my car as cover. Oh shit, here we go. Take cover. All right, here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Right. Oh shit, over here. You know, hide behind this thing. There's guys over there. Fuck. Bang, bang, boom, boom, boom. Right. That's all I need. But this does nothing. This game has these parts where there's just big, empty fucking areas. I'm not saying it has to be a fucking, 30-man melee. That last, here's my premise game, guys, right? That last fight we did, there was so many guys. And that's actually one of the smaller fights in the game. There's so many guys in that fight, and that was one of the smaller fights in this game. And then after you do that, you have half an hour of just wandering, and there's nobody. Just break it up, man. Just break it up. Give me half the guys per like major combat encounter, major stealth encounter, and just spread them around a little bit better. Pace it out. This game has a thing where it's like, insane action for 10 minutes, and then, are we going again? Okay. Is there treasure in that cave? I hope so. For like, way longer. Just spread it out. Make it less chunky. Get that smooth peanut butter, dude. Not that chunky peanut butter. Although I love chunky more, but that's beside the point. That's outside of the boundary of that metaphor. Spread it out. Dude cannon. Just don't just fix the game. Just go play Division or something, huh? Maybe I will, Dick. Maybe I will go play the Division, alright? This is chapter 17, I believe, Eddie. A man can dream, Romanoff. That's like, I think that's a simple solution. Again, gaming is subjective. Of course, people's tastes are subjective. There are those that probably really love the quiet and the atmospheric nature of these sections. But for me, if you want to make this game, more suitable to Vencabot's taste, just fucking put some dudes out here, man. It doesn't have to be as balanced or as difficult as like the main sections where there's like a main shooting part. Just something to make me a little bit more cautious, have a little more peril there. Just put a few dudes down, man, so I can shoot them if I feel like I'm doing something for a minute. This area's huge. Is that where I came from? Kind of looks similar. So you have this in the Pirate Lord's table, huh? I guess maybe I have it. What was that? I haven't been paying attention that much to this game's like plot. A lot of people just blow through these wandering sections because they never wander around looking for treasure, huh? Well, okay, that's one thing, of course. You're obviously right about that. But another thing is, they are kind of like, for one thing, I think they're just long in general. I think they really are long. But also, they're very, because I mentioned earlier that this game's environments are kind of like confusing. It's not really obvious where you're supposed to go, which is by design, which is fine. I think they're meant to be like explored to an extent, right? To an extent. I think I do explore maybe even 3 times as long as I'm expected to, or more. But I think that you're not going to really find your way through them immediately. That's not the way they're designed. It's not like there's no obvious hallway for you to, if you wanted to just go through real fast. You kind of have to look around. I think that's what you're expected to do. I think that's what they want me to do. That's fine. I love that, dude. Like, expect me to look around. I love that. Ask me as a player to look around. But put some guys there for me to fucking hide from and or kill. That's where I came from over there. Ow. There were skeletons sitting around a giant table. I remember that, Eddie. How some people protecting treasures as Peter sees. Yeah. That's whatever, dude. I mean, they have that sometimes, like in the Savannah map, there were like little camps of guys, but they were just too few and far between. I'm just saying, like, litter this place with a few guys. If I go, if I find the right path, there are like optional camps I can kind of fuck up, which is cool. I'm glad for that. But I also want a little more than that. I'm sure it's pretty, though. Elena's like, wow, great view. Is that climby climb up there? It looks kind of climbable. But I don't see where I would climb from. I think any, I guess here's something I want to say, right? Any other game, like, ever made, that's like an action adventure that has these large open spaces, would have put guys there, right? That's just, it seems crazy to me that this game has this thing. Like, if I'm being critical of it, that's why I'm being critical. That's the reason I'm being critical. It is kind of outlandish to me to have an environment this large with no adversaries in it. I think that it wouldn't be too much to expect from a game like this to have some opposition in a playground this large. I don't really understand where they're coming from a game design perspective. Of let's have a big area and have nothing going on in it except for the area itself. They're going for the MMO part. Exactly, Dix. Yeah, Dix being facetious here, but you're right in the sense that it reminds me of an MMO in the sense that there's like just a big empty space.
The road continues
I never really understood
on the other
that.
side.
I never really understood that in MMOs either.
there.
Can I shed some light on that? You have to play MMOs. Like, what is with that in MMOs? I thought that at first, when I was a kid and I first played WoW to test it, I was like, are these empty spaces meant to contain the massive number of players? But I've never seen an MMO have enough players to, I feel like, to justify all the space they have. I think that they didn't want the game to be endless shootouts, is Romanoff. I think you might be right about that. But I've argued in previous streams that I also feel like if you want your game to like if you want to have like an ebb and flow of tension, you want to have a high tension shootout and then have some quiet time, you gotta make the quiet time also a video game, right? You can't just have nothing. You have to have something going on. Something interesting going on. Again, my argument, my stance has been, Romanoff, that, my dude cannon theory would be that you'd have like a high tension shootout and then some low tension shootouts. Some that are just, again, fewer dudes, a little bit less peril.
Refreshing.
Right, not quite as dangerous, a little more stealthy perhaps, a little more shooting from a distance than, run and gun. Well, that's cool, you can hear that hitting the car. But not like nothing, not coming to, I feel like this game has a pace where it's like, it's got action, then total stop, right? It's fast-paced and it comes to a complete stop. To me, that's not what you want in a video game. You want high tension and then maybe lower tension, right? You kind of have like an ebb and flow, but not like go, 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 then stop for half an hour, and then go, 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 then come to a complete, halt and no action whatsoever. This seems bizarre to me. They love set pieces and cinematics, says Eddie. Yeah, they really must. I think it's more of a symptom of older MMOs, where the larger scale environment accommodated the zoomed out third-person camera. They didn't really move. That's a good theory, Dix. Because you have to have that zoomed out camera in order to manage the combat, right? So you kind of have to have larger areas as well to make sense of that zoomed out camera. Here we go. Here's something. Diego loves this part, huh? You ever beat this game, Diego? You said you only beat like a handful of games in your life. Out of curiosity. I want to get a headshot on this chick. Boom! Aw. Hoping there'd be an Easter egg there. Let's go. Best water other than Majora's Mask, huh? Yeah, Majora's Mask had sick water. It's a shame that you couldn't use the ice arrows and all the water in that game. That would have been actually way cooler.
So far, so good. Keep heading upstream.
Bet you could write a killer article about all this.
She gave me a hint of where to go.
I could.
That's the hallway, right?
I doubt you'll believe it.
Oh, you could take pictures too.
I didn't bring my camera.
What?
Kinda wish I did.
It's not
though.
like you. You beat 4 and Lost Legacy. I'm gonna play that next probably. Yeah, Lost Legacy. Or they want to be able to say our game map is
So
1
why
million
do you
kilometers
think
long. That's
Sam
another
didn't
thing.
Come straight to you after Rafe got.
Isn't that
arrested?
frustrating when
I think
games
he wanted
do
to
that?
gather every clue that
For their
Rafe had on
marketing?
Avery before bailing on him.
Our
Plus,
world is
he needed time
huge.
to come up with that crazy Alcazar stuff.
Uh oh, where's Katie Alpha at, dude?
If I had just looked it up.
Track Quest 11, we got caves.
And now I'm
No.
really wet.
This is where I came from, I think, right? Am I wrong? This game's so easy to get lost in. I think I'm wrong. This is not, I'm actually going somewhere new. So where did I come from then? Over there. Ah, I see. Yeah, I want to play Lost Legacy. My hope is that Lost Legacy is just this game, but faster paced. Because this game, I really love the mechanics. I love them. I love the shooting. I love the swinging. I love the climbing, especially compared to previous games. They're all great. I have only one problem with this game. That's its pacing. That's such a big problem for me that I actually kind of hate this game. That one flaw is enough to make me be like, wow, this game is like almost the worst for me in the series. I mean, 1 is just unbearable. But this game is really just such a snooze. But it's got the best mechanics overall. It has the most potential to be like amazingly fun. This is where I came from. I think it's just the level design is so massive that it takes a while to get to the next massive gunfight. Yeah. Yeah, my thing up to this point, Romanoff, you kind of missed our earlier long plays of 1, 2, and 3. My thing with this whole franchise has been that I love the shootouts, and I hate the times between shootouts, where you're usually just walking and Sully's like, go goddamn Dorado. And you might have some climbing at best if you're lucky. And the climbing was so ass in previous games. This game really made the climbing a lot more fun, which is great. But it didn't solve the core problem of the climbing being kind of, like, dull, boring. It's more fun in this game than in previous games by far. That doesn't mean it's, like, anywhere near as fun as the shooting. I really feel like this game has a very unique advantage over other games where it has this brilliant, just straight up brilliant, innovative, inspiring marriage of climbing and shooting and stealthing. To me, it's a travesty to take them away from each other. Like, don't kind of split them up. I don't want to climb and not shoot. I don't want to shoot and not climb. I don't want to do those two things and not stealth. I want the whole game to focus on all three at the same time, all the time. And if you want to have a variety in your pace, then have a variety in like the tension or difficulty of those sections, right? Like, give me a part where I can a few easy kills instead of always busting my balls. Then have a part where it's like, again, like 30 guys, huge arena, I'm surrounded on all sides. That's fine. But don't ask me to shoot some guys now and then climb later. I hate that. So, looks like I might be able to climb. I can't get out of the car. Okay. The graphics, I see. It does look great, right? It does look great. Yeah, look, there's no sliding there. It's kind of weird to me. They introduced that whole sliding mechanic earlier and didn't do anything with it.
That is one crazy contraption.
I feel like we've been
big
here.
enough to fit the car.
Well, here's hoping this one works as well.
Is there any bad guys down there? You know there would be, right? There's lots of places you think a bad guy would be. Just wishful thinking, perhaps, huh? Hey, guys. Nope, it's like an abandoned base. I had to use that to pull my car up on. Not really sure what I need the car for. I guess to climb all to go through the rivers, right? Kind of established from a gameplay perspective that I can't be in the water and the car can. It drives through rivers, basically. I don't really get that. Is that a real life thing? I'm not really into like survival or adventuring. I kind of feel like if a car could get the river, a dude probably could. I think the water would be going insanely fast for a car to be able to do it and a dude not. This is very familiar. It's like the same design as before. Not the same building exactly, but clearly whatever group made these structures is the same as that group. It's the same exact situation.
All right, let's look around.
If it's too deep for a dude, it'd be too deep for a car, you would think. I think the idea must be that the flow of the water is so fast that Drake would get washed away. I'll have to pull that down or something.
That's a problem. Gears aren't connected to the water wheel.
Poozlays.
Need to get up there and see.
Poozlays. God, this game looks fucking good. Ooh, more stuff to yank with my winch. More winchables. We got some pores there. That seems weird. It must be when I pull this. I have to probably pull this whole thing down. Then I can go up here with my pick and climb higher once the whole thing's collapsed. Huh? The winchables, winchables. The winchables. Don't die, Nate! Okay. Look, cool little building here. What do you guys think about this theory I've been kicking around? Which is that this game is very much like Ico in the way the platforming works and the way the graphics look. It's kind of Ico-esque as well. And yet, it doesn't have that same sort of immersion for me, that same sort of atmosphere. And I think it's because Nate won't shut the fuck up. And this game is very cutscene oriented. And Ico, I think a lot of its appeal was the dreamlike quality of you're in this strange place, no explanation, and you kind of wander around with no dialogue. I think that really enhanced the atmosphere of that game and made it seem more profound than it might have otherwise seemed. I think this game is so much like Ico, and it feels so different. Not because of the gameplay being different, but because of the characters being different. Yeah, it's a show, don't tell, right? This game is very much lots of talking, lots of dialogue, lots of smart assery. It's not meant to be Ico, obviously, but I kind of feel like from looking at it and playing it that it almost kind of, I almost feel like it, maybe somebody on the design team thought it should be Ico-esque. If not literally inspired by Ico, then at least drinking from the same Kool-Aid. Like, this part is so fucking beautiful and atmospheric. I just feel it's kind of wasted on these characters. Like, wouldn't it have been cool to just come to a place like this in any video game? Right? And just being like, whoa. Can you imagine, like, a game like, I don't know, Breath of the Wild? With, you come to a place and it's like this? Can you imagine coming across, going around a fucking, you know, going around the corner of a cliff like this and seeing this location? Holy shit! Holy shit! And yet, I feel like it's wasted on this game because we all know it's just a linear, you know, narrative-driven, you know, this is just another set piece, right? It's another set piece to kind of get through. I didn't feel like I discovered it organically at all. I had to come here, and the point is just solve this puzzle and get the hell out of here. It's kind of a drag, in that respect. I'd be happy to see anything in Breath of the Wild that wasn't empty and boring, because that's kind of my point, Dix, right? Like, I feel like a lot of games out there would love to have this level of design. Like, this part, it just looks fascinating, right? Not only is it fascinating visually, but even from a gameplay perspective, you're like, looking at it like, oh, what can I climb? What is the puzzle? How does this mechanism work? I can go to that wheel over there and make this thing power, I can get this thing to come down. Oh, what's that over there? Can I climb up to there? Is there going to be treasure up there in that little building? Is there what's inside that little house? Like, there's so much potential here. And I kind of feel like because this game franchise, this game, you know, these characters, it's so linear, it's so overt. There's not a lot to mine on your own. The locale is kind of, you know, it's kind of spoiled. Pierce says Monster Hunter, huh? It's not really the same, Zeddy, huh? But I'd like reaching new places in Darksiders. You got to the next area and that had a different layout and theme, but it was awesome in its own way, Zeddy. Yeah. That does sound kind of awesome. I think that this game, if they had cut the dialogue in half, I think they'd have a very different atmosphere. For the better. But I think that, you know, they were going for something different. They were going for something different in this game. Not that it's necessarily working. It's totally subjective. To each their own. They want it to be more like a movie. They want to have these characters always talking and have, you know, all these lines to convey their emotions and their motivations. But they could have... I guess what I'm trying to say is that worked better for me and the games were faster paced. In a game as slow paced as this, you kind of wish they would kind of step back a little bit and give me some room to breathe. Now I think these parts could be more profound. Let's start winching shit, guys. Let's winch some shit. If they wanted to be more slow paced and more exploration centric, then that's cool. Maybe they could have also let me explore, you know, more on my own and not have it be so much like them. I want, what if it was, you know, Vencabot and his friends in Twitch chat exploring, not so much Elena and Nate. But you get this impression from the way that they kind of always feed you this dialogue, like you're just kind of, along for the ride.
What's that gonna do?
Find out.
Yeah, I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, I find it kind of interesting. You know, I think Ico's a game that I have a lot of respect for as a platformer, like an all-time great, and yet this game really.
Well, that didn't do anything.
Not
Stop
yet.
the water wheel.
Doesn't really help us though. All right.
Kind of like there's a little
Something
dialogue
else.
there, a little extra dialogue. Kind of explains, you know, what the characters are going through. So I hit O now to drop it. I like when you kind of go off like to a waterfall. She's like, "That's the wrong way, Nate," and it has like little custom dialogue. For a game as dialogue centric as this, that kind of makes sense. Oh, I have to jump across with the winch. I have to line it up. Give me the winch. Whee! This thing goes mad far. Come on, Nate.
There we go.
There we go. I think that was a glitch out, dialogue glitch there. I don't know you meant there we go. Okay. Let's just win them one at a time, dude, one at a time.
Stand clear. I got it.
Thanks,
Okay.
Elena. Whoa, man! That physics is kind of whack for, you know,
How's
modern
that?
standards.
Looks like I can get up there now.
That's some PS2 level physics. I can climb this, huh? Fine, maybe I will. Didn't actually have to do that though. There's pores there, but I didn't have to actually use my pick. What do you call it? A pie? Patan, I think he called it. I never heard that word before in my life. I'm not really like a Sherpa. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Any treasure? Anything sparkly, shiny, glittery? I can move this box. We got beautiful balconies out here. Ooh, shinies. Oh my, give me that. What we got here? A pot. Okay, cool windows. Nothing else out here though, really. I have this box. The box is definitely gonna be pretty clutch. We're not going with it though. Over here, huh? Climb up a little bit higher. All right. That's the Legend of Zelda. This shit.
Okay.
Here, box. Oh, Can't get up there, huh? Well, that's... Oh, let's pull it outside and then go to the window, huh? Oh, it's got stairs there, too. Go up the stairs, box. Come on. Come on! Oh, not quite. All right, fine. Be that way. See if I can see what I can... Oh, I can go over here. Okay, I see. There we go. Yeah, I think part of what makes a game like Ico immersive is the self-motivation, right? That game doesn't really have an overt story. You're motivated by your will to explore alone, and that kind of makes it feel more personal. In a game like this, where the objectives are so much tied to a very, very aggressive narrative, you kind of lose that appeal, I feel like. It's kind of interesting. Well... What now? That's glitchy. That's real glitchy. I'm gonna try that again. Where was the camera at? It's in a certain spot. Made all that shit vanish. There we go. Sick. Somebody tell us she says. Weird. Wonder why that is. So, oh, the window. Oh, man.
Nothing yet. I'm gonna climb higher. Need an elevator just to fix the elevator.
Okay, I can climb onto this. Oh, there's pores over there. Well, I want you to climb onto this thing, Nate. Can you do that for me? There you go, bud. Alright, now swing. Go! Pretty fun. Not gonna lie. And this game's jumping is so much better than the previous games. It's like not even a comparison. They really went went hard trying to solve the wrongs of the previous games insofar as the jumping was concerned. It's a shame that, again, by this point in the franchise, I really don't care about the jumping that much. Outside of the context of also killing guys. You know, the first game it had this kind of jumping, I'd be like, oh, okay, Uncharted. Platformer. With some shooting and vice versa.
Is there ever a doubt?
Oh, hold on. I'll stop the wheel.
This game has some really cool ideas. I think, again, it really is like they finally fulfilled the promise of the first game. Like, they really were like, the first game was like, oh, we stopped the wheel, okay.
Okay, ready.
That's
So she needed to do that because we did it earlier. It's kind of fun. If I hadn't done that earlier, she might have been like, what do I do now? We would have had to try some stuff.
The water wheel.
Thanks, Elena. Can I get any higher up, though? There was some more climbables outside, right? Am I wrong about that? But yeah, the first game had this idea of, like, you know, the linear platforming, like the organic animation platforming, I guess. So kind of what they were going for. This idea of the animations would be very much pre-engineered, and that would make the climbing seem more like lifelike, I guess. But it ended up being just really boring and linear and pre-scripted. This game has the same sort of thing, but it just feels so much more satisfying because you kind of have a little more agency. And it's not like fucking Mario platforming still. It's still very much Uncharted platforming, but it's just actually good. So it's kind of a long jump. It's going to be a Nate jump, right? Quote-unquote Nate jump. The jumps in this game you make where you're not totally sure you can make it, but you just have hope for the best because it's scripted. Go, man! You made it.
I'm gonna detach the winch now.
okay.
Why?
I'll
Just
bring
hang
you
on
up
a
the
fucking
elevator.
sec.
Good call.
Okay. I might go to bed and watch like the creep that I am. Yeah, if he says fight me. No, Peter Steves, you're welcome to do that, dude. I wouldn't want to fight you. You're way bigger than me. If you want to fucking be a creep and watch from this, come from your bed, by all means. It's another Nate jump. I'm sure I can make that one though. What's this?
Here we go.
I'm gonna push it in there, I guess. Wouldn't it make sense to have this thing be stopped first? If you make him mad, he might sit on you, says Dick, so. Maybe he is. I'm gonna kick ass time today, guys. This is, again, we're getting some cool puzzle solving, some cool platforming, a couple gunfights already. I'm here for it.
Nate, the elevator's moving. Get on quick.
Crap, I'm coming.
I'm sorry, it's a scripted event. I can't. It's scripted.
Hi there.
Hi. Now what?
I wish they did more
I
to
need to. Never mind.
Okay.
flesh out Elena's character.
Watch out.
Stay down. Use the car as cover. Let me see if I can flank them. Let's talk about it.
This is fucking crazy. There's a lot of them. Oh no, come on, dude. I'm dead. Thanks, Elena. Ouch. Not sure how my ammo's looking. I really gotta get off this thing. I'm kind of low on ammo. Oh, this is bad. Ouch. I feel like I'm invincible to grenades on this thing. Oh no, so close. This is your legs, huh? Previously, just your legs alone? Oh no, dude. I feel like I want to get off this thing. It's just kind of not working the way I would like. Okay, some health back here.
Sniper!
Oh shit!
Nate!
Well, I had more success on the crate. I guess I just tried again. Just kind of a pain in the ass. And I have to kind of aim and shoot, which is really not the best. Pistols in this game are really ass because of the way the aiming feels compared to previous games. And it's not so much that, I think it's more the fact that enemies are more evasive. It's not so much the aiming feels that much different. It's just the fact that enemies are so much more tricky to hit. Which is fine, you know, this game's just more difficult overall. And in the previous games I did have complaints about the pistol being too strong. It was very strong in previous games. This game is sort of this aspect of like lining up a fucking shot and taking it is really a pain.
Elena, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. The car's got some holes in it, though.
Ow. Oh no, get back in the cover, Nate. What the fuck? I didn't press the leave cover button. I don't understand. I very gently motioned the stick away from the cover. And instead of just sticking in the cover, he kind of just jumped out. I just wanted to have him, you know, move along the cover, but he kind of, I guess I motioned at a very slightly incorrect angle and he just jumped out. It seems harder than last time. I think I wasn't there before, was he? What the hell? There's like way more guys. Look at him go! He's like fucking Agent Smith. See that movie just did? That was sick. That's what I mean when I say it's kind of harder to aim. Auto aim, do your job! Oh, what the hell? Who's shooting me? I guess I'm getting flanked. I'm getting flanked. Oh, was it my car being destroyed? Maybe you're right, Roman. I thought that was it being a rock and all. It was like I was on a stone. Thought it was indestructible. These are parts I wish it wasn't on hard mode. I played all the other games in hard mode and they were pretty fucking easy. This game is not that way on hard mode. They really balanced it much better for, you know, I think if I played the game once before, this is my second playthrough, it would be a lot easier. But this is really ball busting. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just surrounded by guys on all sides. I don't have a good sense of the environment because I'm constantly trying to run around this fucking box. Like, I'm not even sure where they're flanking me from. I guess from up there, huh? Okay, I got 10 guys shooting at me on all sides constantly. Can't line up a shot for the life of me. The more I kill, the more spawn in. I'd rather have this than it be too easy. But it is kind of ball busting. Again, it's my fault putting on hard mode, I guess, but in my defense, the previous game's hard modes were nowhere near this hard. Like, not even a comparison. Ouch! Yeah, they spawn on that side all the time. No, Nate, go, 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 go! They spawn over there fast. Fuck! Damn. Oh, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm getting really impatient. I give up, man. I really do give up. We have to find something else to do aside from sitting in that box. It's just too fucking boring. I gotta find something else to do here. But there's so many guys on all sides. Ouch, ouch. They're behind me now. Yeah, got shot from 7 different angles. Fuck! Okay. Oh, it's too bad. Not enough. Okay. So where are they gonna hit me from here? Up there. Over there. There they are. He's already hitting me. God damn! Fucking fast as hell!
Get off my elevator!
Oh god, they're from all sides of me, dude.
Got him!
Thanks, Elena. You're a peach. Yeah, I wish I had a chance to like stop and look around, like who's where. Out of the fucking crits. Who's shooting me? That guy? The guy I'm looking at? I feel like they're shooting. Oh fuck! Jesus!
Got him!
Good, because I don't have shit. I feel like I'm kind of stuck with just a pistol because all my cover is ledges. I can only shoot with one hand. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, fuck. I'm so fucking close. As soon as I come out of cover, you fucking dodge it like goddamn Agent Smith, dude.
Oh, jeez!
Oh god, no. Oh. So I still get your health back faster after a fucking grenade shot. Fuck. Get some ammo here. It's a sniper rifle, looks like. I don't have, those are all different guns than what I've got right now. Okay, can I make that jump? Is that a Nate jump? It looks like a Nate jump. Yush! Yeah, this game, again, in one sense, it fulfills that promise that other games had, especially Uncharted 2 and onward, of, like, having to be careful about getting flanked compared to Uncharted 1. But fuck! I feel like this game is always getting shot by, like, 7 guys from all different sides. Because they're so much faster, their AI is so much more aggressive. Then again, I am on hard mode. I must stress this. If I'm talking about the game being too hard, I'm literally playing on hard mode. Jesus Christ! I'm running low on ammo here. If I spring on that, I think I can use my rifle, I think. Trying to conserve ammo here, gotta line up that shot very carefully. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Well, I gotta find another pistol. Because I really feel like I'm not going to be able to use a rifle in this part. All my cover is all ledges. The two-handed guns don't do me any good. How does he know where I am? I think Elena got him. His rifle's got very high recoil. It's very loud. I'm not sure that correlates directly to its damage. It is very loud, not the recoil. I want to jump across to there, but I really feel like I can't do that from here. But where can I go from here? I can swing it. Now, can I rifle if I use this thing? Let's find out. Yes, I can. I can rifle from a rope. I don't have any cover. Now, who's shooting at me? I really don't see. There's a sniper rifle way over there. Somewhere. Somewhere in the fucking waterfall. I was just thinking with 60 frames, that'd be a lot easier to tell what's going on. I don't see who's shooting. I hear someone shooting. But I don't see... I see a laser sometimes. I really have no clue. It's a huge environment. Okay, well, let's just jump over there. So I get a different weapon here. Here's a sniper rifle. Is that going to help me, maybe? Do I have a new... I got a new pistol here, too. Yeah, I don't know where to go. This environment, again, is very non-linear, very massive, and... Nate, please, Nate! What the fuck? Okay. I saw a sniper somewhere up there. She said the thing is stuck. I have to unstuck the elevator. Aside from that, not a lot of idea what I'm doing here. Can I get over to there? Because that's over there somewhere where the guy is. Top of the waterfall. This is back where I came from. There we go. I think we're getting pretty high up here. Oh shit. It's gonna be hard for me to... I guess I should probably swing and grab onto that ledge over there if I should do. Swing! Yush! Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Where is he? I don't want to peek my head up and get shot. And the environment's so damn lush. There he is. A checkpoint there, I hope. Who's shooting me? I feel like I'm being shot from behind. I'm gonna try a new thing here. I really feel like I must be playing this game all wrong. Because I don't know, again, I don't have a sense of space. That's my issue. I think I need to run and gun. I feel like I just need to go, because I have this issue in this game since the beginning. Of I'll be cowering somewhere, trying to get a feel for who the hell is shooting me, and there's not enough time. There's just so many guys. Nate, throw a grenade. They always know when you're pointing at them, too. Like, they always, whenever you pop up, they fucking... Ouch. Ouch. That's hard mode for you, indeed. God damn! I like this spot. Oh no, I'm not sure I do like this spot. Damn, there's a lot of guys up there. Wow. God damn, they are coming out in force. Okay. I'm out of ammo for that sniper. I did some pretty good work there. Now, who's shooting me over there? There's more guys over there, huh?
Damn it.
They're fucking up Elena.
Stuck in there.
You ain't kidding.
Hurry.
So I feel like I'm out of time limit now to save her. I would like to get another gun, but again, he's like, gotta move it. Don't have time to find guns, dude. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Elena needs help. Yeah, but I'm out of ammo. Hurry up, dog.
Holy shit.
Are you okay, Nate?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
Wow.
You drive.
Very explosive.
Sure?
So I gotta
Seem to be
hold this,
doing
get rid of my
fine.
other gun, whatever the hell that was.
After all that, I need a break.
What do we got here?
Earned it.
35 shots. 1 shot. Take this one, I guess. Can't break a box? What kind of video game is this? What kind of game you can't break crates in? Yeah, I don't know, Brian. I lost track what the hell's going on. It was very intense. She said the elevator was stuck. I'm stuck again, Nate! Maybe she just got unstuck. Nate, please! I just push X. It means climb up, dude. She must have got unstuck to get up here, right? Maybe she just was jammed. Maybe the swinging of the thing unjammed itself. Okay. Okay. Options. Game. Challenge level. Moderate. So I was on hard. MC marking on, threat indicator is on. That was a threat indicator. I'm knocking it down, guys. I'm knocking it down. This is just too much. Okay. Current encounter. Also, your only level of collision trophies are lowest level used. Are you sure you want to change challenge level? No. Alright, never mind. Never mind. I'm not sure how close I'm to the end of this game. If we're close to the end, then I might as well leave it on hard. We got this far on hard, I suppose. Can't sacrifice my trophies. Got some bolts in the windshield.
So I was thinking, all this engineering and architecture, it doesn't come cheap. Do you think there's even any treasure left?
We were wondering that ourselves.
Elena, please. Please. Let's not talk about how much this shit cost in terms of the architecture. Alright? Help me, Elena. We're a team. We gotta be a team on this one, alright? Because once you start talking about how much it costs to make, that's you can't put that back in the box, dude. I mentioned on previous streams, guys, that it's the national treasure formula, the Indiana Jones formula. I appreciate that we're gonna find all these ancient temples, all kinds of machinery that still works somehow. They're gonna have sand traps and water traps and elevators, all kinds of fun stuff that you have in these ancient temples. That who cares how and why they still operate? But even by that standard, Uncharted has had some totally insane. Not just like a temple in some deep jungle somewhere, but also just some straight up building in the middle of nowhere that could have clearly been seen by satellite. There's like, wow, it's El Goddamn Dorado. We finally found it. It's like, dude, the sky is right there. We're in a giant clearing. Are you telling me no one ever found this old magical city? And plus, again, it's fucking massive. But whatever. El Dorado, Shangri-La, they were ancient lost civilizations, right? So they had, advanced technology that we don't have these days. I can live with that. They're magical too. Let's not forget that. But this game with the fucking pirates, they're really going ham with this whole idea of, oh yeah, fucking this dude, he found this amazing treasure and he built these fucking pirate temples? Who ever heard of a fucking pirate temple? It's fucking massive. It has the most elaborate architecture of any temple in this franchise so far. I don't fucking get it. I really don't get it how we can suspend our disbelief that these pirates created with some kind of labor, what, slave labor over the course of how many hundreds of years? These giant stone temples with all these fucking traps. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. That's what we need now, Brian. We need the Yeti goats to make a comeback. Surprise comeback. That's all I'm saying. I wish Elena wouldn't say, wow, is there any treasure left after all this architecture? Because, I mean, seriously, have you seen these quote-unquote pirate temples? Have you seen these things? How the fuck did they make these things? No amount of treasure, let alone human labor, could have made these temples. Yeah, how about that, Roman? I wasn't going to mention that, but you're right, Roman. I mentioned that on a previous stream. Romanov says here, how about those boxes with wheels? These pirates were way ahead of their time. I really wonder, Romanov, if they're meant to be like from another group, like Shoreline or whatever. Sometimes I get the impression that we're in like an ancient pirate town, like we just were. You find these fucking boxes with the goddamn casters on them. They're looking like stainless steel.
Yeah, guess we gotta cross these rapids. Does car come with life jackets?
I don't get where these boxes come from sometimes. They're looking mad futuristic. Some fucking Modern Warfare 3 shit.
Here goes nothing.
Shout out to Here Goes. Shout out to Mackenzie. Bro.
It's no use. The current's too strong.
Oh, is it? The current's too strong? Okay. Oh, let me go up here then. Well, I'm up here now. What good does that do me? You want me to go down the river now on that side, perhaps? Looks that way, right? I can't go anywhere else. Doesn't look like I can anyway. Nowhere to climb. Let's try to go down this way. So that's where I want to get to. Let's try to go down this way. Like this.
Whoa, hang on.
So did we get somewhere, or hard for me to tell?
Ah, there. I got control again.
Guess we did get somewhere. Yeah, everything looks the same to me in this game's art style. Sometimes these big open areas, I really can't tell if I'm making progress or if I'm going back where I already came from. So we can drive as long as there's not that white water effect. We can drive.
We're getting there.
You didn't happen to bring us some spare clothes, did you?
I did.
Oh,
Great.
for real?
They're on the plane.
Not great.
So we're getting somewhere. I could climb up to this, I think.
That dam. We can drive through the sluice gate.
The sluice? That's my favorite fucking words, dude. That's top 10 words of all time. Sluice. So I'll probably get out of the truck now, right? I'm pretty sure I can walk in this water. Let's figure out the sluice, guys. Let's solve the mystery of the sluice. Guys, tomorrow is Emily Wants to Play. You guys into that kind of game or what? We're going to play some horror games tomorrow, guys. Deathcember. Merry Christmas of Death. Emily Wants to Play is tomorrow, as well as this game called, I don't know, one of those Chilla's art games. Who doesn't want to play from that? There's one about a train station, subway. It looks cool to me. There's a few other ones, too, though, from Chilla's art. They all look pretty fun. That's much more fun than Batman's grapple hook. I wish it was used more still. This game uses it more than I expected, which is great. But not as much as I would like. Emily Wants to Play seems a little right up your alley, huh? Playing with a little girl. Dicks. Come on, dude. What are you trying to say? I'm a pedophile? I touch little girls? Inappropriately? Oh, this place looks familiar. Is that the same thing I tried to shoot before? I'm scared of kids, guys. I haven't seen a child in fucking years and years and years, dude. Is that weird? Is that a cultural thing? Is that proof that I'm in a simulation?
Nate, look, you can look through
Do you guys
the
find
there.
that you have no reason to ever interact with kids, right? If you're not a parent. When I was in school, we were all kids, obviously. But I haven't. Even when I used to work at KD. I worked at Meijer for like 3 years, like a Walmart. I almost never saw a child. Are children real? You guys know that our birds real myth, right? That meme, I mean. Are kids real?
Here we go.
Where are all the kids at? It's a field trip at the uni like every other day, so we always see kids there at the university. Kids are mad scary, Katie. You never saw a kid in a restaurant, at a hotel, and went at tournaments?
Nate,
Honestly,
no good. It's blocked.
not really,
Hey,
right?
Try the other one.
Like maybe some Smash kids that were like, you know, like 16 or whatever, but not like little kids. They're boundaryless hell gnomes who have the ability to ruin everything if they want to, huh? They just have all this power. Thank God they don't realize it. Some do, though. Oh, she gave me a command, guys. What was the command you gave me? Get back in the car and drive through there, I hope? I wasn't listening. Over the other side of it, maybe?
You've seen that coming.
The sluice. Best is when they take the normal bus and you get to see them cling desperately to things to avoid falling. That sounds hilarious.
And behind door number 2.
Good evening. Welcome back, J-Bomb. Welcome back.
Looks like this one's clear.
We're still playing this game.
Nice.
We're talking about children, J-Bomb. And are they real? Because I haven't seen one in a very long time. Don't see them at the grocery store. I don't know. I kind of freak myself out, guys. I'm freaking myself out. Why are there no kids at the grocery store? They should be there, right? I guess because I always go in the middle of the night or in the early morning. That's why. I never go when they're like out of school or whatever. That's got to be it. I always shop at like 3 in the morning or like 7 in the morning.
We're good.
Okay, more of this. More of this. We got mud now? That old school mud from earlier in the game? Yo, the mud is back. But, again, I'm not sure where I want to go. I want to find treasure, as you guys know. I'd like to get a sense for the area before I move on. That's kind of my problem in this game. My desire to get a feel for the environment before I actually advance. Yeah, children are a social construct, dude. I remember being a kid. But I don't know if there are kids these days. If they are kids, I don't know where they are. Dixons are all at university.
How do we cross this?
We could ramp, it looks like. Some of the problems they want me to do, huh? Surprised in a game like this they haven't had more big ramps. Seems like a thing you'd want in a game like this, in this sort of an aesthetic. Now, can I get out of the car here? I can. So I can climb this then. But we need the car to get up here. So I can climb all this mud. Uncharted 5 ramped up. I wish they would ramp it up, dude. Honestly, though, I feel like this game's car sections are kind of like I mentioned this before. I made the comparison between this game and Batman Arkham Knight, where they're like, add a car? You want to try and enhance the core gameplay? Well, we'll do that a little bit, but we should probably add a car. Other than getting ramped up is the climbing. And they improved climbing in this game, which is great. They improved the stealth in this game, which is alright, I guess. I don't think this game really needed that much stealth in the first place, but it's, you know, it's alright. It works well. Even more climbing and more climbing. Yeah, shoot guys while ramping? Yes, Brian, exactly. Core gameplay. pull the ramping into the core gameplay. Here we go,
Here we
Elena.
go.
Oh, bullshit.
Damn it. Oh, it was close-ish.
They subverted me,
You
dude.
need to get more speed.
Okay, never mind. They subverted my expectations. Oh, look at this. I haven't got up there yet. I'm a dum-dum-dum-dum.
Watch this. Hang on.
Whee!
We did it.
That's
You
cool.
sound surprised.
Maybe a little.
Okay. So this looks like about one way to go. But let's go this way. Huh? This is the road less traveled, looks like. What's up here? So if it's the white water, I can't drive through it, right? For some reason. The water's too fast for our car. The water is too fast? You mean maybe too deep? I don't get too fast. Okay. Good spot to hide some treasure over there. Got some big old roots. Let's go see if I can find some treasure over here. Oh no! We made it.
Yeah, hang on.
Like in that one game, what's it called? Okay, so I can drive along these rocks. I got you.
And we're up.
No more white water. Should be able to drive through here, no problem. If kids aren't real, what's this small man-sized thing in the grill of my truck? Huh? Wow. Do you have kids, Jim? Maybe I thought you did have kids. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think that only parents see kids. If I were a parent, I'm sure I'd be aware of children, but I'm not really aware of children. Some of my friends are fathers already. I'm sure they know all about kids. I think I was under the impression at one point that Jibum was a family man. I could be wrong about that. Look at the pretty flowers. This is a midget. It's not a child. It's a little person. Again, kudos to the game's graphic designers. It looks beautiful, but it's kind of hard to navigate. That's fine. What do we got over here?
I wonder who lived here.
Probably the elevator keeper person.
The elevator keeper person.
Yeah, you know, how else you gonna pass pirate safety inspections?
No, Kitty's not a daddy. He's a husband though. What's up, Lavendi? Welcome aboard. I've run Megan. I always think Megan about how you would get frustrated when people call you Megan.
Big was going down.
I'm watching this YouTube channel, guys, called Casually Comics, and the host pronounces their name Sasha. Sasha. S-A-S-H-A. Sasha. But I would say Sasha. But I'm thinking, well, probably get pissed off if you said that. Kind of like Megan would people say Megan. So yeah, it's fucking annoying. They sound almost exactly the same to the untrained ear. June 5th, 1718. Another shipment of unmarked crates came upriver from the port. Only this one was accompanied by a group of armed soldiers. Though agitated, I commenced inspecting the integrity of the crates until a harsh voice commanded me to stop. I bristled at being ordered around like a common thug, but when I turned, I found myself staring into the eyes of Founder 2. It was the first time I'd seen any of the Founders in the flesh. My throat went dry, and I found myself struggling to speak, as I needed to choose my words carefully. I explained to him a pet peeve, guys. Do you guys hate ellipses that only have 2 periods or 4 periods? 3 periods, guys. All right? Fuck. I explained to him I merely wanted to inspect the contents for weight, but he told me firmly it was unnecessary. He couldn't see what was inside. I was relieved when he shifted his interest elsewhere. Truth be told, I did not get a look inside the crates before our Founder 2 stopped me. You gotta look inside, okay. Cutlasses, pistols, and gunpowder. Considering the number of crates, I would say enough to supply an army. I didn't speak of this to Eleanor. She's preoccupied enough with her brother Jack's disappearance. What? We have lore here? Who the hell are these characters? But my friends must be told. Libertalia was founded on ideals worth defending, even against the founders themselves if necessary. Once I ensure Eleanor and little Abigail are safe, there's a child, I shall make my way to town to inform the others. Until then, I shall keep my head down with my eyes open. Katie says Sasha. I've had people argue with me about what my own name is, huh? Like, even if it's wrong, it's not what I'm used to being called. Get over it, huh? I don't think it is wrong, though. I think that, again, I'd say that both are common pronunciations. I just find it humorous that, again, I never even considered there was a difference before, Megan, until you mentioned it. But I think that some people prefer one or the other. That's perfectly fine. I think it's silly to argue with you about it. If you prefer one over the other, that's perfectly fine. But I think that, you guys agree, right? There's Megan and there's Megan. I guess they could both be spelled the same way, right? Megan. But I never once considered before meeting you, Megan, that would be something that would be worth even, like, fighting over. If it isn't ... I assume it's a typo, says Dix. Man, you see it all the time on social media, man. People don't know about the ... Thank you, KD. Those 3 dots. Somebody's got to really draw it out, though. Guys, here's my thing. This is somebody's probably equally mad at me for this. But if I just draw it out, I do ... space ... space. I was confused, says J-Bomb. While interrogating a Canis Alpha Getty, I had to choose my words carefully. Okay, J-Bomb, you can have that one. You're right, Dix. So Megan's going off right now. It's totally fine whenever someone is called. I've met other people with my spelling who say it differently, and everybody complains about it. And then people sometimes think my name is Megan, which is another name entirely, but spelled the same. Megan? I'm not sure I've ever heard of a Megan. Maybe I'm just too old. I'm sorry, Dix. I'm sorry. That's the way I imagine it in my head. I hit a hot button. I'm sorry, Lavendi. I didn't mean to get you all excited, get you all riled up. The Megans are older than you, huh? Megan? You guys know any Megans? Oh, man. I'm just joking, Lavendi. So just for reference, it's Megan or Megan. In Lavendi's case, it's Megan. Megan. If you say Megan, she gets all riled up. Megan, I don't know about that. I never heard no Megans. Apparently that's a thing. I'm kind of creeped out by that, to be honest. I wouldn't date a Megan, suffice to say. Can you imagine, guys? If you were dating a girl online and you only knew her through her handle, and one day she was like, by the way, my name is Megan. And I'd be like, your name's what? Girl, I'm sorry, I don't think this is going to work out. Unless I call her Meegs. M-E-E-G-Z. Meegs? Bring some levity to the chat, says J-Bomb, huh? Yeah, I'm going to be backpedal Levendi. I'm not sure about Meegs after all. Okay, let's see here. So, right now it's midnight. Oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Holy fuck, time flew. Well, why don't we call it quits here, guys? And play a little bit of Sonic 3D Blast. Not too much. A little bit of 3D Blast as a treat. I got this letter about Eleanor and her missing brother and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? That was kind of out of nowhere. I'll see you guys in a few minutes with some retro Sonic the Hedgehog action. More of this game again, hopefully on Monday, I hope. If not then on Wednesday. If not then on Friday. Or Thursday. Because it's time to quit. It's quitting time. At least for this game. I do want to finish 3D Blast sometime in this year. That'd be great. Doing whatever it is that you've been doing for the last hour or so, says Katie, huh? I cannot believe the time flew like that. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning. I will see you guys very shortly with some Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega Genesis, 1996, I think. See you guys then. Let's get it started, dude. Like the Black Eyed Peas. In the radio edit. You guys have listened to the Black Eyed Peas on the radio, and they're like, in this context, there is no disrespect. Let's get it started. You're like, well, it's not that disrespectful. Why the warning? Come on, dude. Nothing wrong with saying let's get it started.
Oh shit, someone's stabbing.
He's like, no, you don't understand. Time really flies when you're wandering aimlessly and using your car to rope random things in the jungle, I guess. Yeah, I guess, dude. I guess. I'm climbing up muddy rivers, and that's really about it. I'm looking at the same old grass over and over again. Again, it's pretty. It makes a good screenshot, but I'm not sure the environment is that interesting, unfortunately. It's just kind of repetitive. Lots of cool rocks and cool vines and cool flora. But, I mean, come on. It's a video game. Has to be some kind of gameplay hook here, you would hope. Like you say, Katie, just a lot of winching at best. Mostly just climbing muddy hills. But that's some guy's thing, dude. Some guys are really into that. This is winner's side. Some people love climbing hills and Big trucks. Nasty, aka KD Alpha in this case. Versus, before I actually transition, guys, to Sega Genesis, I want to shout some guys out. People that make the channel possible. You guys know who you are. It's a crazy ass game. People that help out behind the scenes so I can afford gas and groceries. Today I bought a copy of Uncharted Lost Legacy to play after this. It was $15. I couldn't possibly afford that kind of thing, not for your guys' support. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see here. Little Mac is shit at zoning zero error game. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a very gimped character. He's not that popular for those reasons, I assume. He has a lot of hyper armor, which is sick. You gotta love that hyper armor. He's got really good smashes. But, you know, Smash is not a game played on the ground. Yeah, Little Mac's gimmick is like, he's a Smash character who plays on the ground. It's like, really? Like, that seems kind of counter... It kind of seems counterproductive. Like, Smash doesn't play on the ground. Okay, I need to find this thing. Here we go.
Lionheart. Oh, let's go.
Now Katie's fucking sound like Fergie in the chat. Anybody that doesn't mean Mario probably has something wrong with them, says Dix, huh? Dix, we all know you fucking play Roy.
That's so much damage.
We all know that Roy's your boy. You have this fucking Mario Roy fanfic you've been working hard on.
We've punished.
Thank you to John Hernandez, Katie Alpha, Mark, Remy, Syntheory, and Salty Face for being Black Knights on patreon.com/Vencabot. Thank you guys. Thank you to Ash, Lethal Mazzara, Audrey Apples, Digzucker, Farhan Syed, Grey Gamer UK, Hubie, Jordy Hargreaves, Michael Hinkle, Mutant XP, and Way Local. Thank you guys. Thank you to Brandon Williams, Chulak, Foulmill, GK Live, Good Vibe City, Juna Nam, Coolahan, Kyle Glass, Leon Madison, Mum Blues, Rage Against the Arcade Machine, Ricardo Garcia, Supertastic Legend, and Toxic Vamp. Being shady winners has $3 a month on Patreon and worth more than Twitch's $5 sub, thanks to Twitch taking half every sub. Patreon's much better about that. Save some money, guys. Check out Patreon. Thank you to Benjamin J. Harkins, Karina D. Scott, Donka, Dapper Dons, Herb Durkin, I'm Joey Cruz, Kaiju, and Kinfinite for being young guys. That's $1 a month. Super helpful in any case. I just think it's funny that for it to be competitive, you mean Smash Bros., you have to block half the options in the game. Well, it's because those options add a lot of chance of the game, Dave. I mean, typically speaking, when games have more and more random chance, they become less like rewarding for skill. So it becomes more. It becomes more, you know, less competitive, so to speak.
It's coming back, guys.
Hence, to be competitive, you kind of remove those aspects of it. Never forget. They can be fun in their own way, and they're more fun for players that aren't necessarily trying to get that good at the game. It's kind of fun to play with. They're also very flashy and explosive and fun and goofy. But once you start trying to determine who's the better player, people find it's typically best to remove those kind of aspects. Games add chance to shorten skill gaps. Yeah, it gives players that are weaker a chance to succeed more often. We always play 3 with items to warm up, then shut them down. When I was a kid playing Melee a lot, I used to play with a lot of items on. We used to pick and choose, right, J-Bomb? Like, I used to want to bombs on and Pokeballs on because they were fun and goofy and silly. But other things you would remove, like the one-hit kill things you would remove. But, you know, even then, you know, we would play with all... It came to the point where you start to remove all of them.
Can you clip that? Somebody clip that, please. What just happened?
Gotta be on brand. Gotta leave all the bombs on.
Maybe he probably ticked me out on the light button.
The bombs are the best. They should have a Mario Kart tournament with no Mario, just Kart.
Yeah,
We'd have Mario Kart tournaments at fucking Third Strike events. That's my thing. Thank you to the Twitch subs as well, of course. People like Zanzu for being a Black Knight. Thank you, Zanzu, for everything. Thank you to Caesar, Ebuff the Chill, and N Cruz for being fearless Havels on Twitch. Thank you to these shady winners at the Amazon Prime free sub tier. It's the best subbing of the channel, guys. Again, Twitch takes half every sub. It's kind of a drag. If you guys want to help the channel out financially, check out patreon.com/Vencabot. Your dollar goes way further there. But if you're an Amazon Prime sub, share your free sub with us here, guys, if you want to. That's totally free if you're already an Amazon Prime customer. Also, it's doesn't auto-renew, unfortunately. You have to renew it manually. Victor, another one, 360, Ash, Lethal, Stuffy Muffin, Audrey Apples, Balls Deep, Beastie Boy Jr., Blue Abs, Bones Up, Brother, Nero, FGC, Caviez, Change Me, what the fuck, Chulak, Circus Cancel, CPU 3S, Creaky Axe 386, Dandy Dante Gameplay, Dapper Dons, Dick Zucker, Doc, 3292, First Opus, FPA Brian X, FPA Eddie, FWNES Streamer, Garbage Jungle Style, Goss, Herb Durkin, Hubie, Itzio J-Bomb, 1901, J-Motive MU, Kaiju is Dead, KD Alpha, KG's a Legend, K. Reich Jr., Moist Dovahkeen, Mothman FGC, Mutant Experience, Neon Riot 4, Nicholas Jones, Nuke Pool 16, Nice Templar, Peter Steves, Praetor 51, Raging Mage Sage, Randy Potato Gaming, Remy 057, Rockstage, Sin Theory, Spife, Stone Cold, Ryan Meyer, Task Force Faust, Revenge, V-Dude 04, and Yoga Brain 3S. Thank you guys. Let's get some Sega Genesis going here. Get some beep boop in our lives.